Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another episode of the Minecraft Survival Let's Play, where I am attempting to collect one stack of every single item in Survival Minecraft. And as you've just seen, I've finally spent a lot of time working on the base here. So I dug the base down from this level here, I think. I dug all the way down to Bedrock, and I've built up all of the walls here. So that short little clip at the start of the episode was about 15 hours of gameplay altogether. It really did take me a long time to do all of this. So I'm going through the diamond pickaxes for fun here. I've almost got a full shulker box of almost broken pickaxes here. And I actually repaired this one was almost broke as well, but I had to go to the XP farm to repair my elytra. And of course I've been getting a lot of materials from this. So this is my stone chest, and as you can see I've almost got a full double chest of shulker boxes, and every single one of these shulker boxes is full of stone. So I don't think I'll ever run out of that. And I've also got a few shulker boxes full of like andesite and diorite and stuff like that I'll probably never use all of that stuff, but at least now I've got it just in case I ever need it. And of course, mining out a big area like this, all the way down to bedrock, you are going to find some diamonds. Now I found 27 overall. I'm quite happy with that. I'm not sure if that's a good return or a bad return, but I think 27's quite good. So what I'm going to do to start the episode here is come over to the storage room where I'm storing one stack of every single item. And I'm going to come over to the ores here, and I've got one diamond ore so far, so I'm going to go into my valuables chest, get another 63 diamond ore out, and then I'm going to put this into the chest. So that's another item that's ticked off the checklist. And I think while I'm here, what I'm going to do is try and tick off a few more of these items here. So a few episodes ago I went mining for 12 hours straight, and I got quite a lot of resources from that. So I'm going to head up to my storage room and I'm going to try get some items together, and we'll see which other ones of these I can tick off straight away. So I've got some items together and I can tick off a few more items in this chest here. So as you can see, I've got 63 diamond blocks and 63 diamonds, and you can see the other stuff I've got here as well. So I'm just going to put all of this in here. And I actually managed to get an extra coal block by accident there. There we go, most of these items are ticked off now. I've still got all of the netherite items to get, which is going to take quite a while. I might have to dedicate a few episodes to that. But I've got all of the diamond items, all of the gold items, the redstone. Not the iron yet. I do have the stuff to put in the chest, but I want to wait until I've got an iron farm before I put a stack of iron blocks in there. And I've got most of the coal as well, I just need the charcoal, which is easy to get. And the other two items I don't have are the lapis block and the emerald ore. So the emerald ore is quite rare, you've got to go mining in extreme hills. So when I do that, I'll probably get quite a lot of lapis anyway, so I should be able to complete that as well. And I've actually got quite a lot of diamonds left over here. 20 diamond ore, 29 diamond blocks and 5 diamond. So even though I've put most of my diamonds in here, I've actually still got quite a few to use for myself. So now I've finished building the base, I need to start working on some different rooms around the place. So I don't really know what I want to build in most of these rooms. I know what I'm going to build on the top floor here, and also the bottom floor. I've got quite a good idea for that. Then in the middle I've got 3 floors with 4 rooms on each floor, so 12 rooms overall. I've probably got an idea for like 6 of those rooms, so that means I'll have another 6 rooms. I just don't know what to build inside. So if anyone's got any ideas, just let me know. And it doesn't have to be a practical room, it could just be something to go and look at. Like one of the rooms I want to build is a trophy room, just for all of my like first pickaxe, first beacon, first diamond armor and stuff like that. But yeah, just let me know if you've got any ideas of what I should build. And I actually did some work on this room over here off camera. So as you can see, this is the nether room. So I showed this a few episodes ago, I think maybe in the last episode, but now I've done a lot more decorating around the place. And I like how it turned out with the redstone brick and then all of the black stone as well. I think it looks quite nice together. And out here I tried to add a little bit of redstone brick and black stone just to make it look like the nether is coming out of the room. I kind of like how it looks, but I feel like I might need to add a little bit more redstone brick and maybe even some black stone into the walls. I think that might make it look a little bit better. And the last thing I wanted to mention is that I've got space on each side for a room. So I've built a room on that side, which I'll show you in a second, And I can make another doorway here, and that can go off to maybe a Neverwart farm or something like that. But for now, I'm just going to show you what's in this room here. So as you can see, this is just a little potion brewing room. And I don't use potions too often, so I didn't want to go too over the top with this. It's not automated or anything like that. And I've just got some barrels up here for all of the different stuff. So on this side, it's like glass bottles, Neverwart and stuff, all of the items that you use in basically every single potion. And then over on this side, you've got some ingredients. So magma cream, pufferfish, and golden carrots. So these are just the ingredients to make the different types of potions. And on this side, this is where I'm going to store the potions. Right now I've only got a few fire resistance, but I'll probably stock up on quite a few over here. And I've been brewing some potions over here. So water breathing for 8 minutes. I went a little bit over the top and I've gone for 15 overall. That's way more than I'm going to need. And then over here I've got a few night vision potions. So as you can probably tell from these potions, and probably the thumbnail and title as well, today I'm going to be building a guardian farm. So I'm going to head off to the guardian farm. There's actually one just over here. It's like 100 blocks in that direction, and I'm not actually going to use that one. I'm going to head off over in that direction, and there's one I think about 1,000 blocks away or 800 blocks away. So I'm going to go over to that one, and that's where I'm going to build the farm. So I've got some items together here. This should be everything I need for now. So a bed, all of the potions, some blocks, and then I'm going to take my chest plate just because it seems smarter to have a chest plate on underwater for that little bit of extra protection. But before I set off, I want to mention one more thing here. So this is my storage room in the middle of the base. And this was a plan for the series, to have the storage room right in the centre of the whole base and have some beacons coming up. And I thought it'd be a cool idea to be able to fly in from any angle into the storage room. But really it's just not very practical having it here. But it doesn't really look too good with just the chests here completely exposed and there's nothing behind them. And I've tried to work on a creative world to come up with some ideas how to make it look good from behind, but I just can't really do it. I've tried so many different attempts of different materials and different styles and stuff like that, and I just can't make it look good from the outside. So I think what I'm going to do is just destroy my whole storage room, but I'm going to of course build it somewhere else first, so I've got somewhere to store all of the items. And I'm actually going to build it down here. So this is in between the nether portal and the other, I don't even know what I'd call that room really, but that's like my bedroom over there. So I'm going to build it here. So I've put a sign for storage room. Originally this was going to be the furnace room, and then over there I was going to put the villagers, but instead I'm going to put the villagers down on the second layer or maybe the third layer, and then I'm going to build the furnace room over there and then the storage room here. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to mention that, just because there's going to be quite a big change to the base once that's gone. Then there's going to be quite a lot of open space there, and I think it will look better because this just doesn't look good at all. And like I said, I can't actually make it look good even though I've tried and tried. So yeah, I just thought I'd quickly mention that. And now over to the guardian farm. Okay, so I've raided the monument here, and I've got together a few materials from it. So the only one I'm really bothered about is the 35 sponges here, because all of the other stuff you can just farm and get this pretty easily. But I'm pretty sure the only way to get the sponges is to go inside the monument and find them naturally spawned. So I got 35 overall, and I'm sure I can use them for something in the future. But anyway, what I want to do now is start building this farm. So it's actually quite a simple design. I'm going to try and do a tutorial of it so everyone else can copy along if you want to do this farm. So I've not built a Guardian farm before, even though they got released quite a few years ago. I've never built one because I thought that you had to clear out all of the ocean around the monument and then destroy the monument, and that was the only way to do it and get decent rates. But it turns out there's actually another way which is much easier, so that's the one that I'm going to do. And I've not tested this out yet, so I'm not 100% sure if it's going to work, but I'm just going to build it because it's quite easy to do and hopefully it gets decent rates. So to start off, you want to get a map and you want to find the northwest corner. So if I'm looking on the map here, my arrow is looking upwards, so that means that is north there, which means this here is west, so the northwest corner is that one there. And I've already put a pillar down, so I'm going to head over to this. So once you know where the northwest corner is of your monument, which is over here, you want to place the pillar, and to figure out where to place the pillar, you just come down to the corner of the monument and then you count across 2 blocks diagonally. So that's 1 block there and then 2 blocks, which is where I started the pillar, and you just build this all the way up to the surface. So as you can see from up here, there's the corner block and then 1 more block, and then this is where you build the pillar. So what you want to do now is get the map out again, and as you can see from my arrow, I'm facing north, so that's north, which if you turn to the right here, that means that this is going to be east, and this is the direction you want to build in first. So you want to build in the east direction by 11 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then on the 11th block, you want to place a block up to the surface like this. So pretty simple so far. Now you just want to do the same again, but this time you want to go 16 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then place a block on top of that. So now you just want to do the same again, 16 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Place a block on top. Then 1 more here, but this time you want to go 10 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then place a block on top of that. Okay, so once you've done that, you want to come back over here to the northwest corner, and if this is east here, then that means that this must be south this way. So you're going to do the exact same as you did on this side, but do it south this time. So you start off by coming out 11 blocks and then placing this here, and then 16 blocks, and then 16 blocks again, and then 10 blocks. So the exact same as you did on that side, but you're doing it going this way this time. So once you've done that, it should be the exact same going east as it is going south. So it should start off with 11 blocks, and then 16, and then 16 again, and then 10, and it will be the exact same on this side. So what you want to do next is go over to this block here, going east, and then you want to build the exact same going south again. So you want to start off with 11 blocks here, so 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, 11, and place a block on here, and this should line up with this one, and then you want to go 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and place a block on here, and that will line up with that one. Then of course you go 16 again, and then that will line up with that one, and then another 10, and that should line up with the end one. And you actually want to do this for all of these little platforms here. So there's 3 more after this one, and you want to count out 11 blocks, then 16, and then 16, and then 10, and then all of these should line up together. So I'm quickly going to do that, and then I'll show you how it looks if you've done it all right. And this is what it should look like if you did it right. So that right there is the northwest corner, and then all of this here is going to the east, and then all of these lines here are going to the south. So if you got all of your measurements right, it should look like this, and you'll see that all of the blocks should just line up with each other nicely in each row. So what you want to do next is find the northeast corner, which obviously is right here because you found it at the start and you should know where it is. And then you want to go over 2 little platforms here, so this will be 1, and then you want to go over to the second one, and you just want to place like a block or something on top of this just so you remember that you don't want to include this in the next step, and you just want to keep this by itself here. And what I meant by the next step is that you want to find all of these blocks here, apart from the one that you just marked out. So you want to find every single one, you want to go underneath, and you want to place blocks all the way down to the floor of the ocean. So all the way down, and you will come into contact with the monument, but you just want to kind of dig through that, and these are really annoying to work with. So you come all the way down here, and then whenever you get to the monument, you just want to dig through. So I think it'll go down here. So you just dig through the monument, dig all the way down to the floor where there's gravel, and then you just want to start placing the blocks up from the floor of the ocean, and hopefully this should line up with the one that was coming down. Yeah, so it lines up perfectly. So that should stop all of these spawns in this area here, because I think the guardians have like set spawns. So if you fill in all of these blocks here, the guardians should not be able to spawn there anymore. So you want to do this on every single one of these blocks that you marked out, and it's going to take quite a while. You need to make sure that you remember to miss out that block right there. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this off, and then I'll be back. So once you've done that, it should look like this. I'll drink a night vision potion so you can see that all these pillars go all the way down to the ocean floor. So that step is probably the longest step in this farm, and it only took me about 15 minutes or so. I would have done it a little bit quicker, but with the guardians attacking me at all times, it makes it a little bit more difficult. So I'm going to move on to the next step of the farm here, and you want to come to this pillar here that you marked out before you did all of the other pillars. So as you can see, I didn't build down to the ocean floor on this one here. And what you want to do is build an item elevator that starts here. So I'm going to use glass, but you can use solid blocks, but I just think it looks a little bit better if you can see the guardian spawning inside there. So you place a block on each side of this block right here, and then you can break this out all the way down to the ocean. So now you want to come underneath here and count down by 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. This is going to be kind of hard because there's so many guardians attacking me here, so I might have to like fly away and hope that some of these despawn. But anyway, you want to count down 4 on all of these sides here, and you want to count down 5 on this side here because there's 1 block missing there. So you count down 5 and it should match up with the other pillars here. But you can already see in the farm here, because I've blocked up all of the guardian spawning spaces, there's no guardians around here apart from down here where I have not blocked up the spaces. So all of the guardians are spawning right here, and that is what you want to see. So once you've done that, you should have a 6 high tube here that is 1 block wide in the centre. And you just want to head back down here underneath and place a block on any side, and then place some soul sand underneath, and that will start a bubble elevator right here. So now you want to extend this upwards by 26 blocks on each side. So I'm quickly going to do this off camera, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've built 26 blocks up on all 4 sides, and what I'm going to do now is make this into a bubble elevator. So what you can do is place ice on every single layer and then go down and break it, but I don't have any ice, so what I'm going to do is just put some water here, and then I'm going to have to make all of this into source blocks. So I'm going to go get some kelp and then place it at the bottom, and then break all of the kelp once it's grown to the top, or once I've placed it all the way to the top. I'm sure everyone knows how to make one of these, so I'm quickly going to do this and then I'll be back. So once you've done that, you can come back up to the top here, and you just place a block in each of these corners right here. And then if you come down by 2 blocks, so 1 block, 2, build a little platform here. I'm just building this out of the prismarine for now. I might change it later on if I can. And to kill the guardians, I'm going to build a Trident killer right here, and that way I can get some XP while I'm AFK at this farm. So I'm sure most people have already built a Trident killer before, but this is how I'm going to do it. So I've got the pistons placed down in this formation here, and then you just want to get some observers, and then you place an observer going into that one there, and then an observer going into there, and then just do this basically all the way around. So you place it going into there, and then there, and then this one should go into here. I might have to scaffold out a little bit. Place one into there, and then the other one should go into there, just like that. So now if I place a lever down here, press it, this should go around infinitely here. So I can get a trident and throw this inside. I'll just throw it onto that piston right there. Then this will start going round, so any guardians that fall into here will just get killed by the trident. I'm going to turn this off for now. For the next step, you just want to place some solid blocks on top of all of these side blocks here. And then right here you want to place a glass, and then right here a half slab on the top. And then you want to come up here and place a few glass blocks. So you place one right there, and you want to place 2 here, and then 1, 2 and 3 there. Just like this, and this will leave a little bit of room for the guardians to fall in here. And then you just want to build a few solid blocks around here, just to keep the guardians from flying out. So all of the guardians will come up here, and you want to place some water right there. I'll get to that in a second. Then the guardians will come up here and then just go straight down into the Trident killer. And we're almost finished with the farm now. There's not too many more steps, but what I'm going to do here is place a sign right here, and then if I come back out of this, I'll place some water right there. So all of the guardians will come up here and get pushed along straight into there. And you also want to half slab this roof here so nothing can spawn up here, and so the guardians can't get out of here. I'm going to use stone brick for now because I'm actually out of prismarine already. Okay, so that's pretty much the farm done here. I still need to work out the item collection system. I think I'm just going to put some minecart hoppers underneath the blocks there so I can collect all of the items inside. And then of course I need to build the storage system for all of the drops. And I'm not too sure why there's no guardians coming up here. I'm pretty sure there should be at least some coming up. Maybe I need to fly out here and let all the ones down there despawn, and then they'll start spawning in here. So hopefully I can get the farm working. Then I'm going to stay here AFK for a while and collect lots of drops. And then I'm going to decorate a room up here with all of the prismarine. I'm going to have a bit of a storage room up here for all of the different drops that I can get. So I think I'm going to do a jump cut, and I'll be back once I've completed all of that. So as you can see, I actually got the farm working here, and it was quite simple. I'm just going to head down and show you the 2 changes that I made. So the first change that I made here is that I added some solid blocks in all 4 of the corners, all the way up to the top. So in all 4 corners there's some solid blocks. And down below here I added some solid blocks around the outside of the soul sand, and I also added a pillar that goes from underneath the soul sand all the way down to the floor of the ocean. And those 2 changes made the farm quite efficient. And up here I worked on the storage a little bit. So I got a minecart hopper underneath one of the blocks where the Trident killer is, and a hopper, and then that just goes into this chest here. So as you can see, I've started collecting some items already, and the farm's only been running a few minutes here. I'm pretty sure a guardian just fell out. I'm not sure why that happened. So I don't know if it was a guardian that fell out there, but it did look like it, so I'm going to keep an eye on it and see if that happens again. And maybe I just need to... Yeah, there is guardians coming out here. I'm not too sure how that's happening. Is that a gap there? Maybe I just need to fill in this. I might just fill in some solid blocks around here just to stop that from happening. We should be okay. It shouldn't be a big deal. Okay, so it's been a few days since that last recording there, and as you can see I've gone ahead and built the storage room. So it took me a while to come up with this design, but I kind of like how it turned out. I like how the quartz look next to the prismarine, and the dark prismarine as the pillars. I went a little bit overboard with the chests here. I don't think I'm ever going to use this many, especially for the dark prismarine over here. That's quite hard to craft, so at least I'm never going to run out of storage in here. I also linked up an nether portal so I can get here easily from my base. It's only like 100 blocks in a nether, and I will build a tunnel, but that's a project for another day. And on the other side of the room you can see the Trident killer there where the guardians come in. I've actually added a few more Tridents in there. I've got 5 in there overall now, and before I only had 1, so I think they die a little bit faster. It might make it more efficient, I'm not really too sure. But then on each side I've got a bubble elevator here. So this side should bring up all of the crystals, so as you can see the crystals come up, and then on the other side this should be the shards. So I've got a little bit of redstone below, and I'm going to try get out there and I'll show you what's going on. So here is the redstone, and it was kind of hard to do all of this just because I had to keep working downwards and placing water so I could drop down and place some blocks underneath other blocks. But it's quite simple, even though it probably doesn't look it. So this is where all of the items get collected up here, and they come down into this chest and then get put into this dropper right here. I think that's actually a dispenser, but it doesn't really matter. I meant to put a dropper there. But anyway, all of the items get shot out of the dispenser with a simple little clock here. So every item that gets put in the dispenser gets shot out instantly, as you can see. Then I've got a few item filters here. So the first one is for the crystals, and this one here is for the shards. So this just filters out the items, and then the items go into separate little droppers again. So this one is the shards on this side. All the shards go into here, and then they just get shot out up the item elevator here, and then they actually go into another one because the redstone was in the way, so I kind of had to like maneuver it around a little bit. Then that goes up above, and if I go over to this side, it's the exact same. So the crystals get filtered out down here, and then they go into this dropper right here, and then they get shot out of the dropper with this simple clock. And they go around here, up the item elevator, and then up into the storage room. And the last one here is the COD. So I think I mentioned this earlier, I just don't want to store this anymore. I've got so much COD that I'm just never ever going to use. I could use it to trade with villagers, but I've already got the emerald farm, so I don't really need that. So all of the COD just gets sorted out here, and then if we jump down, there's another simple little clock here. So any COD that gets put into this dispenser will all just get shot out into the lava, because I really just don't need it at this point. So in the last clip that I recorded earlier on, I said there was a problem where the guardians were coming out of the side here, and I actually managed to fix that. So all I had to do was surround the farm by a couple of extra blocks on the side. So you can't really see it here, but there's blocks around it outside of the farm, on that side and that side. So that stopped the guardians from flopping out to the sides. But unfortunately, when I stayed here AFK overnight, I woke up in the morning and there was 2 guardians out here. So I think they can still get through the glass out of the front here. I'm not really too sure how to fix that. I'm going to have to look into it. Maybe see if anyone knows on Reddit or something like that. But yeah, that's definitely a problem I'm going to have to try and fix. So I was AFK here overnight, and I'm not really too sure how long I was here before the guardians killed me. But when I got back in the morning I was dead. And I came to these chests here, and if I look in the right one, I've got a full double chest of shards. And then about half a double chest here, a little bit more. So I put these shards in there. Then if I go over to the crystals, it's roughly the same, even though I already had quite a few crystals in here before I went AFK. So a full double chest and half a double chest here. So what I'm going to do now is get these items together here. And I'm going to go ahead and craft 1 stack of every item that you can craft with these things. So the prismarine, the dark prismarine, the slabs and stairs, and the lanterns as well. So I'm going to craft a stack of each, and then I'm going to head over to the storage room. So back over here at the storage room, I've got a shulker box, and I think I got all of the items that I need here. So that's 1 stack of all of the different items you can get from the prismarine farm. And I've never actually got these items before, so I've still got the named paper in here. So I'm going to get the dark prismarine out, and then put the dark prismarine in there. And then that's where the stairs go. So I'm just going to quickly do all of this, and then I'll be back. Okay, so that's all of the items that go in there. Now I've still got all of the coral and the dead coral to collect, and I'm actually going to get to that in a second. But first of all, I've got these sea lanterns, and these don't actually go in this chest here. I put them into the lighting chest instead. So I've got 1 already, so I'll put another 63 in there. So that's the sea lanterns checked off the checklist as well. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and collect all of the coral now. And luckily there was a coral reef right next to where I just built the guardian farm. So I'm going to go get a few water breathing potions, and I'm going to head straight over there. So I don't know why, but I just wasn't expecting that to take so long there. But here we go, we've got 2 shulker boxes, one with all of the dead coral bits, and then one with all of the normal coral. So it actually took me about 2 hours overall to collect all of this. I thought it was going to take about half an hour or so. The blocks are really easy to get, and the fans are really easy to get, but the actual coral itself seems to be quite rare, and it took me a long time searching around to get all of this. And I actually had to go and find a second coral reef because there wasn't enough in the first one. And of course I had to collect 2 stacks of it all so I could get the dead stuff as well. But yeah, it's all done now. That's probably one of the more boring jobs that I've had to do. And now I can go ahead and put it all in here. So there we go, that's another chest fully complete here. Got every single item that I wanted to get for this chest. So I've gone behind and I've lit up the lanterns here. So now I know that this chest is fully complete. So it's only the 3rd light that I've managed to check off so far. I've got the ocean, then the music over here, and then all of the, I think the tools over here, the armor and the tools. So 3 lights checked off out of all of these, so there's still a long way to go, but I'm quite happy with the progress I've made so far. But anyway guys, that's all I wanted to do in today's episode. I wanted to check off the ocean checklist, which I managed to do. So I'm going to end the episode here. I've got a few plans for what I want to do in the next episode, but I'm not entirely sure which one I'm going to choose to do. But whatever I decide to do, I will see you all next